You are still living in your rental and the builder has just notified you that your new home construction completion date has been pushed back for 2 months. You made plans around the completion date and moving to your new home so you and your family can get the keys and start a brand new chapter in your life. But what happens now? Hey there, future homeowners. Welcome back to my channel. If you're tuning in, chances are you're on an exciting journey to build your brand new construction home. But guess what? Sometimes unexpected delays can throw a curveball in your plans. You're left feeling frustrated, maybe even a little defeated. You had your heart set on moving in at a certain time, and now you feel like your timeline has been shattered. So what do? Don't worry, because I've got your back. I'm going to walk you through 5 essential things you need to know and do when you're facing delays in your new construction home project. Number 1, understand the reason. First thing first, it's crucial to understand why there is a delay in your new construction project. Delays can occur due to various factors, including weather conditions, supply chain disruptions, and unexpected challenges at construction. By knowing the root cause, you can manage your expectations and plan accordingly. Luckily, in Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada, we don't have natural disasters or severe weather conditions that impact in new construction delays. However, in other parts of the United States and around the globe, there are natural disasters that can impact the availability and delivery of these building materials. From my personal experience, the number 1 reason for delays has to do with supply chain disruption and material delays. Builders are relying on multiple contractors and suppliers to source their building materials and finishes. If there's a delay in getting a certain material on time, that's going to impact the entire process and delay the completion of the new construction home. Now let me give you some examples that I have experienced. Starting with the lumber shortage in 2020. When I started my real estate career, it was May of 2020, and we were in the midst of a pandemic. The world was experiencing an unprecedented event, and various industries were impacted, including construction. As lockdowns and restrictions were implemented, sawmills and lumber production facilities were faced with challenges in operation. This led to what's now known as the Great Lumber Shortage of 2020. Wood is a fundamental material in construction. It's used for framing, flooring, and roofing, and so much more. But during the pandemic, several factors came together to create this perfect storm to impact the availability and the cost for wood materials. Supply chain disruptions. Imagine this. The construction of your dream home relies on a roofing material that is sourced from a manufacturer across the country. Suddenly, that manufacturer faces unexpected supply chain disruptions due to unforeseen issues such as transportation problems, labor shortages, or even natural disasters. As a result, the shipment of your roofing material is delayed and your construction process hits a standstill. Quality control checks. Quality is a paramount in construction. Now let's say the construction team receives a batch of materials, such as electrical wiring or plumbing fixtures. And upon inspection and quality control, they realize that these materials don't meet the required standards. This can lead to a delay as the contractor needs to reorder the correct materials and wait for them to arrive before proceeding. While quality control is essential in the home building process, it could also lead to delays. Incorrect deliveries. Mistakes happen, and it can unfortunately happen with material deliveries. Imagine the excitement of seeing the delivery truck pulling up to your construction site, only to realize that the materials you ordered are incorrect or the quantities of the materials ordered was incorrect. This not only creates a delay in the construction process, but it also requires additional time to rectify the problem, find a solution, and also wait for the corrected materials to arrive. I've personally experienced a situation where the wrong appliances arrived from a speculation home for a new construction home in Summerlin. I was with my buyers and it was during an inspection. We were so excited to get into the home and see the progress. Can you picture their face of disappointment when they find out that the appliances that are in their kitchen was not the right appliances for their particular home? I mean, mistakes happen and builders are able to fix it very quickly, but there's definitely some lag time in between, especially if they needed to order a new set of the corrected appliances for that particular home. Number 2, communicate with the builder. Communication is key, especially in your new construction home building process. Reach out to your builder as soon as you're notified of any delays. Discuss the new timeline and ask for details about what's being done to address the issue. An open communication can help ease your worries and be informed about the progress. I like to over-communicate with my sales contact in the new home communities. We stay in touch on a weekly basis, sometimes a few times during the week, to get updates from the superintendent if there are any delays and what they're doing to help ease the process. It really helps if there's transparency between the builder and the buyers. As long as the buyers are well informed of the situation as these delays and problems arises through the construction process, we are able to troubleshoot together. And the buyers are informed so that they can make other decisions if necessary, especially my buyers that are relocating from other states. Number 3, reevaluate your plan. With a new timeline in mind, it's time to reassess your plans. Take a look at your rental agreement, your work commitments, and any other commitments you have. You might need to renegotiate your lease agreement or your work commitments in order to adapt to this new timeline. I've helped buyers who are renting in Southern California renegotiate their rental lease with their property management company so that they could go month to month to accommodate for the delays that they were experiencing for their new construction home. By going month to month, they had the flexibility and they could take their time in moving from out of state to Las Vegas. I've also helped a buyer who was contingent on selling his home in Chicago and negotiate a longer lease back to accommodate for the delays that we were experiencing here in Henderson, Nevada. When my buyers are contingent on selling their home in order to relocate here, I work extremely well and over-communicate with their listing agent on the other side to ensure that their transition is as smooth and stress-free as possible. In this particular scenario, the listing agent in Chicago and I were able to renegotiate a longer lease so that we could accommodate for the delays that we were experiencing here. By the way, if we haven't met yet, konnichiwa. My name is Kaori Nagao, your global real estate advisor, helping you find your new home. I'm here to help you along the entire home buying process, whether you're purchasing a new construction home or a resale home anywhere in the world. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love it when you engage with me, so make sure you comment below and let's keep going. Number 4, protect your financing. If you've secured financing for your new home, make sure you touch base with your lender to notify them about the delays that we're experiencing and in closing this new construction home. Delays can impact your mortgage approval as well as the interest rates. Keep your lender in the loop and ensure that your financing is on track. Depending on the financing terms, there are different things that you need to be mindful of. Let's say you had a rate lock of a certain interest rate for a certain period of time. And let's say it was 180 days. Now, if you are experiencing a delay and you need to extend that, you need to make sure that the lender is aware and they need to also get approval of extending this rate lock. Make sure you communicate with your lender and let them know how much time you need extra in order to close your home. And in some cases, there may be a fee that's needed to extend your rate lock. So that's something that you want to negotiate with your builder, with your buyer's agent. Make sure your buyer's agent negotiates with the builder to see if they could cover any costs, if there are any additional costs needed in order to extend the rate lock. In the event that the lender requires additional funds to extend the interest rate lockdown, have your buyer's agent negotiate with the builder to see if the builder can actually cover that cost on behalf of the buyer. I was actually on a call with the buyer today who's building their dream home in Summerlin West. And it looks like there's gonna be a 2-week delay in their new construction home. So we were reviewing the estimate from the lender together today over Zoom, and we realized that this rate lock that they had expires at a certain date, which doesn't cover the date for closing. So we together called the lender to negotiate if they are able to extend an additional 2 weeks. And in this particular scenario, the lender said yes. So we were able to extend that. We got a new updated loan estimate that we went over with the corrected dates, and we're covered. So that's a peace of mind. Make sure you sit down and take time to go over these loan estimate documents with your buyer's agent to go over the terms of the loan. And it's really, really important if you have a certain rate lock to see when that rate lock expires. There's always a line on that form for an expiration date. So make sure you double check that with your buyer's agent. And in the event you need to extend, definitely make that phone call or an email with your lender. Have that conversation right away when you know that there's a delay so that you're covered until your dream home is closing. Before we get into the last point, I want to check if you've been paying attention. It's time for my pop quiz. The first person to comment below with the correct answer will get a shout out on my next YouTube shorts. What can cause new construction home delays? A. Natural disasters. B. Supply chain disruption. C. Labor issues. Or D. All of the above. Last but not least, maintain a positive mindset and be flexible. Delays are a part of any construction, and while it could be very frustrating, it's not the end of the world. Remember, once you step inside your beautiful dream home, all the waiting will be well worth it. Hiring a buyer's agent that is knowledgeable and experienced in new construction can troubleshoot with all these delays and other problems that may arise when you're dealing with new construction homes. It's very important for me as your buyer's agent to work collectively with the builder to troubleshoot and come up with a strategy and a solution that fits your particular needs. So there you have it. There's my 5 essential things you need to know when you're faced with a delay in new construction homes. Life might throw us some unexpected curves, but with the right approach, you can navigate this like a pro. For more videos about new construction homes, make sure you check out one of the videos around me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you smash that subscribe button so other viewers like yourself looking for tips and hacks on new construction homes can find me on YouTube. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you on the next one.